Here are Grandpa's old life hacks you'll wish you knew sooner. Make the best cup of coffee with Cowboy Coffee. Did you know you can make a delicious, full-bodied cup of coffee using the Cowboy Coffee method? Cowboy Coffee requires only coffee grounds, water, and heat, making it perfect for outdoor settings or when you're out of filters. To make it, boil water in a pot, remove from heat, and add coarse coffee grounds, about 2 tablespoons per 8 ounces of water. Let it steep for 4 minutes, then sprinkle a small amount of cold water on top to help settle the grounds. The secret lies in the lack of a filter, allowing the coffee's natural oils to remain, creating a richer flavor. Cowboy Coffee is typically strong, so adjust the steeping time or ground-to-water ratio to your taste. Cook potatoes in lard. Grandpa's secret for perfectly crispy, flavorful potatoes is cooking them in lard. This rendered pork fat has a high smoke point, which means it won't burn easily, making it ideal for frying or roasting. Melt a small amount of lard in a pan, add potatoes cut into cubes or wedges, and cook until they're golden on the outside and tender inside. Lard adds a rich, savory taste and keeps the potatoes extra crispy. Plus, it's more stable at high heat than vegetable oil. Adjust your cooking time based on the size of the potato pieces for the best results. Soften calluses with vinegar-soaked bread. A simple trick to soften calluses involves just 2 household staples. Vinegar and bread. Start by soaking a small piece of bread in white vinegar until it's saturated, then place it over the callus and secure with a bandage. Leave it on overnight to let the vinegar's acidity work to soften thickened skin. By morning, the callus will be easier to file down. Vinegar gently breaks down dead skin cells, making rough areas softer and smoother. Repeat as needed for softer skin on your feet or hands. Soothe a sore throat with marshmallow root. Marshmallow root offers natural relief for sore throats with its soothing, gel-like mucilage. This substance coats the throat, reducing irritation and discomfort. To make a soothing tea, steep a tablespoon of dried marshmallow root in hot water for 10 to 15 minutes, then strain. Sip slowly to allow the mucilage to coat your throat for maximum relief. Marshmallow root's gentle action makes it ideal for easing soreness without the need for synthetic ingredients. Protect garden plants with human hair. Are you looking for a natural way to protect your garden? Human hair can keep pests at bay. Sprinkle a few clippings around plants. Animals like deer and rabbits are deterred by the scent of humans. Hair also adds nitrogen to the soil as it decomposes, promoting plant growth. Just gather clippings from your latest haircut, or ask a local salon. Scatter it lightly around your garden to create a natural barrier. Use onion juice for bug bites. Did you know that onion juice can relieve the itch and inflammation from bug bites? Simply cut an onion and press it gently over the bite to release the juice. Onion contains sulfur compounds that have anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties, which help reduce swelling and protect against infection. Leave the juice on the bite for a few minutes, then rinse with water. Add cornstarch to scrambled eggs. For extra creamy scrambled eggs, try adding a pinch of cornstarch. Mix a teaspoon of cornstarch with a tablespoon of milk, then whisk it into your eggs before cooking. The cornstarch binds with the egg proteins, creating a smoother, fluffier texture that's hard to resist. This trick is especially helpful if you like softer, custardy eggs. Cook on low heat, stirring gently, and you'll have rich, velvety scrambled eggs in no time. Adjust the cornstarch amount to your preference for a perfect breakfast. Sharpen scissors with sandpaper. To keep your scissors sharp, use a simple sheet of sandpaper. Take a piece of fine grit sandpaper, fold it in half with the rough sides out, and cut through it several times. The sandpaper removes dullness and smooths the blades, keeping your scissors in top shape. This method is effective for regular scissors or kitchen shears that have become less precise over time. After sharpening, wipe the blades with a cloth to remove any residue. Rub vinegar on hands to remove fish smell. Struggling with lingering fish smell on your hands? Try rubbing them with vinegar. Pour a small amount of white vinegar into your palms, rub them together thoroughly, then rinse with water. The acidic properties of vinegar neutralize fish odors, leaving your hands fresh. Vinegar works well because it breaks down the compounds causing the smell, unlike soap, which sometimes can't completely remove it. Follow up with hand soap to eliminate any remaining vinegar scent. Boil cabbage leaves and apply to sore muscles. Cabbage leaves can help soothe sore muscles when used as a warm compress. Boil a few leaves until they soften. Let them cool slightly, then apply directly to the sore area. The warmth eases muscle tension, while cabbage's natural anti-inflammatory properties help reduce swelling and pain. Secure the leaves with a cloth and leave them on for 20 to 30 minutes. Prevent rust on tools by wiping them with motor oil. To keep your tools rust-free, try wiping them down with a small amount of motor oil. Simply dab a cloth with a few drops of oil and rub it over metal surfaces. The oil creates a protective barrier that prevents moisture from causing rust. This trick is particularly useful for garden tools and hand tools exposed to damp conditions. Be sure to wipe off any excess oil to avoid a greasy residue. Regularly applying this method keeps tools in great shape and extends their life, saving you time and money on replacements. Place banana peels in the garden for added potassium. Adding banana peels to your garden enriches the soil with potassium, an essential nutrient for plant growth. Simply cut the peels into small pieces and bury them around your plants or mix them into the soil. As they decompose, the peels release potassium, which strengthens plants and improves their resilience. This natural fertilizer is especially beneficial for flowering plants and vegetables. Sprinkle coffee grounds on rags to eliminate odors. Coffee grounds can effectively neutralize unwanted odors. To use them, sprinkle dry coffee grounds onto a clean rag, then place it in areas with strong smells like shoes, gym bags, or drawers. Coffee grounds absorb and mask odors, leaving a subtle, pleasant scent behind. This method works well because coffee's porous structure traps odor-causing compounds, freshening up any space. After a day or two, simply shake off the grounds or replace with fresh ones as needed. Sprinkle wood ash around plants to improve soil quality. Using wood ash in your garden can enrich the soil with essential nutrients. Sprinkle a thin layer of ash around plants and gently mix it into the soil. Wood ash contains calcium, potassium, and magnesium, which improve soil quality and support plant growth. Avoid using it near acid-loving plants, as ash raises soil pH. This practice works well for vegetables and flowering plants, promoting healthier, more resilient growth. Be sure to use ash sparingly and only from untreated wood to give your garden a natural nutrient boost. Reduce coffee bitterness with crushed eggshells. Grandpa would add a pinch of crushed eggshells to his coffee grounds before brewing to reduce its bitter taste. Eggshells are alkaline and help neutralize some of coffee's acidity, resulting in a smoother, less bitter flavor. Rinse the shells thoroughly, crush them, and mix a small amount with your grounds. This simple trick works well for those who prefer a milder taste without adding sugar or cream. Shine faucets with flour. For a brilliant shine on your faucets, try using flour. After cleaning the faucet as usual, sprinkle a small amount of flour on a dry surface, then buff it with a soft cloth in circular motions. The flour acts as a gentle abrasive, polishing away any lingering water spots and dullness. Once finished, wipe away the excess, leaving a sparkling, polished surface. This method is especially effective on stainless steel or chrome fixtures, making them look brand new. Rub soap on drawer edges for smoother sliding. If your drawers are sticking, a bar of soap can make them slide more smoothly. Rub a dry bar of soap along the edges and runners of the drawer, creating a light coating. The soap acts as a lubricant, reducing friction and allowing the drawer to glide effortlessly. This tip is particularly helpful for wooden drawers that tend to swell with humidity. Regularly applying soap keeps drawers operating smoothly and prevents wear. Use egg whites as a natural glue. Egg whites make an effective natural glue for small projects or repairs. Simply brush a small amount of egg white onto the surfaces you want to bond, then press them together. Egg whites dry to a strong, flexible adhesive that works well for paper, lightweight materials, and even some types of fabric. This glue is especially useful for arts and crafts with children as it's safe and non-toxic. Let the glued area dry completely for the best results. Coat tools with oil to prevent rust. To protect your tools from rust, coat them lightly with oil. Dab a small amount of oil onto a cloth and rub it over metal surfaces, creating a barrier that shields against moisture. This method is particularly useful for hand tools and garden tools exposed to wet conditions. You can use motor oil, vegetable oil, or specialized tool oil for this purpose. Regular applications keep rust at bay and extend the life of your tools, ensuring they remain in top condition. Wipe off excess oil to avoid a greasy residue before storing. Keep flowers fresh with sugar and water. Adding a pinch of sugar to your flower vase water can help keep blooms fresh longer. Sugar provides nutrients that feed the flowers, while also encouraging water uptake. To use, mix about a teaspoon of sugar per quart of water and pour into the vase. This method works especially well for cut flowers, giving them extra energy to stay vibrant. You can also add a drop of bleach to prevent bacteria growth, extending their life further. Refresh the water every few days and enjoy fresher, longer-lasting flowers. Use potato peelings to clean pots. Did you know that potato peelings can help scrub stubborn residue off pots and pans? The natural starch in potato skins acts as a mild abrasive, breaking down grime without scratching surfaces. To use, sprinkle salt or baking soda in the pot, then rub with the potato peelings in circular motions. This technique is particularly effective on burnt or sticky spots. After scrubbing, rinse, and wash as usual for sparkling results. Put rice in salt shakers to prevent clumping. To keep salt flowing freely, add a few grains of rice to your salt shaker. Rice absorbs moisture, which prevents salt from clumping, especially in humid conditions. Simply place a small amount in the shaker. The grains will absorb excess moisture, keeping salt dry and pourable. This simple trick is particularly handy for table salt shakers or spice jars. Replace the rice occasionally to ensure it stays effective. Save bacon grease for cooking. Bacon grease adds delicious flavor to many dishes and is a great cooking fat. Grandpa always keeps on hand. After cooking bacon, strain the grease into a clean jar and store it in the refrigerator. Use it to fry eggs, saute vegetables, or add depth to soups and stews. Bacon grease has a high smoke point, making it versatile for various cooking methods. Plus, it adds a savory richness to foods, reducing the need for extra seasoning. This practice not only saves waste, but also enhances your dishes with a hint of smoky flavor. Repair cracks in concrete with epoxy. Epoxy is an effective solution for repairing cracks in concrete, creating a durable, weather-resistant bond. Start by cleaning the crack to remove dust and debris, then apply the epoxy according to the product instructions. Use a putty knife to smooth the epoxy and fill the crack evenly. Once it cures, the epoxy hardens, preventing further damage and sealing the surface against moisture. This repair method is ideal for driveways, sidewalks, or patios, restoring the concrete's appearance and structural integrity. Stop shoes from squeaking with cornstarch. If your shoes are squeaking, a bit of cornstarch can help silence them. Sprinkle cornstarch inside the shoe or between the insole and sole where the squeaking occurs. Cornstarch absorbs moisture, reducing friction and quieting the noise. This trick works well for leather or rubber-soled shoes that tend to squeak on hard floors. After applying, shake out any excess powder to avoid residue. Rinse hair with apple cider vinegar for shine. Did you know that apple cider vinegar can give your hair a natural shine and softness? After shampooing, mix 1 part apple cider vinegar with 2 parts water and pour it over your hair as a rinse. Leave it on for a minute or two, then rinse thoroughly with cool water. The vinegar removes product buildup, balances scalp pH, and smooths the hair cuticle, making it appear shinier. This rinse is particularly helpful for dull or frizzy hair, leaving it feeling fresh and manageable. Use once a week for best results and noticeably shinier, healthier-looking hair. Dab witch hazel on cuts to prevent infection. Witch hazel is a natural antiseptic that can help prevent infection on small cuts or scrapes. Soak a cotton ball with witch hazel and dab it gently on the affected area. Its astringent properties clean the wound and reduce inflammation, promoting faster healing. Witch hazel is especially useful for minor cuts, as it cleans without the sting of alcohol. Rub cucumber peels along baseboards to repel ants. Cucumber peels are a natural ant deterrent, making them useful for keeping ants away from your home. Simply rub fresh cucumber peels along baseboards, windowsills, or other entry points. Ants dislike the bitterness in cucumbers, which disrupts their scent trails and deters them from entering. This method is non-toxic and safe for homes with pets or children. Replace the peels every couple of days to keep the repellent effect strong. Keep brown sugar soft with a slice of apple. To prevent brown sugar from hardening, add a slice of apple to the container. According to Grandpa, the apple releases moisture, which keeps the sugar soft and ready to use. Simply place a fresh slice in the sugar, seal the container tightly, and check every few weeks. Replace the apple slice as needed to maintain the moisture balance. This method works well for brown sugar stored long-term, ensuring it remains soft and easy to scoop. Rub a walnut on scratched wood to conceal marks. A walnut can help mask small scratches on wooden surfaces, blending them into the finish. Simply rub the walnut directly over the scratch, allowing its natural oils to fill and darken the mark. After rubbing, let the oils sit for a few minutes, then buff the area with a soft cloth. This method works well for minor scratches on furniture or flooring, offering a quick, natural touch-up. The walnut oils nourish the wood, enhancing its appearance without chemicals, leaving your furniture looking refreshed and well-maintained. Absorb fridge odors with a bowl of baking soda. To keep your fridge smelling fresh, place a small bowl of baking soda on a shelf. Baking soda naturally absorbs odors, neutralizing unwanted smells and keeping your fridge's contents fresher. Simply replace the baking soda every month for best results. This odor-absorbing trick works because baking soda traps odor-causing molecules, making it ideal for closed spaces like refrigerators. Reduce feet odor with alcohol. If you struggle with foot odor, rubbing alcohol can help eliminate it. Dab a cotton ball with rubbing alcohol and wipe it over your feet, focusing on areas prone to sweating. Alcohol kills odor-causing bacteria and evaporates quickly, leaving your skin dry and refreshed. This method is particularly effective after workouts or long days on your feet. Avoid using on broken skin and use sparingly to prevent dryness. Regular application can help keep foot odor in check, leaving your feet fresher and more comfortable. Revive wilted greens with vinegar. To bring wilted greens back to life, try soaking them in cold water with a splash of vinegar. Fill a bowl with water, add a teaspoon of vinegar, and submerge the greens for 10-15 minutes. The vinegar helps restore their crispness by encouraging water absorption. After soaking, pat the greens dry, and they'll be vibrant and crunchy again. This trick is perfect for lettuce, spinach, and herbs that have lost their freshness. Add baking soda to boiling beans. Adding a pinch of baking soda to boiling beans can speed up cooking and improve texture. The baking soda helps break down the beans' tough outer skin, making them softer and reducing cooking time. Simply add about 1/8 teaspoon per cup of beans. This method is especially helpful for older beans that may be more resistant to cooking. Baking soda also reduces beans' gas-causing properties, making them easier to digest. Rinse the beans well after cooking to remove any baking soda taste and enjoy tender, flavorful beans. Reuse cooking oil with ginger. To reuse cooking oil without unwanted flavors, Grandpa would add a slice of fresh ginger while heating the oil. Ginger acts as a natural deodorizer, absorbing any lingering flavors from previous frying. Simply heat the oil with ginger for a few minutes, then remove it before cooking. This method refreshes the oil, making it suitable for reuse in dishes where a neutral taste is desired. Make bug spray with dish soap and vinegar. For a quick, effective bug spray, combine dish soap and vinegar. In a spray bottle, mix 1 part dish soap, 1 part vinegar, and 2 parts water. Shake well and spray directly onto pests or around areas they frequent. The dish soap coats insects, suffocating them, while vinegar's acidity repels many common bugs. This homemade spray is safe for use around the home, especially in kitchens or on plants. Avoid spraying directly on delicate plants, and use as needed to keep pesky bugs at bay without harsh chemicals. Stretch milk with a little water to make it last. To make milk last longer, try adding a bit of water. Mix equal parts milk and water to slightly dilute it without losing its taste in recipes or cereals. This method is particularly useful in a pinch when you're low on milk. While it's best for cooking or baking, where slight dilution won't be noticeable, it's also a handy trick for extending milk's use in drinks. Cure meat with salt to preserve it. Salt curing is an age-old technique done by Grandpa to preserve meat. Rub coarse salt generously over the meat, ensuring all surfaces are covered, and let it rest in a cool, dry place. Salt draws out moisture, creating an environment where bacteria can't thrive, thus preserving the meat. This method works well for pork, beef, and fish, and can keep meat edible for extended periods. After curing, rinse off excess salt and cook as desired. Use newspaper as garden mulch. Newspaper makes an excellent garden mulch, helping retain moisture and suppress weeds. Layer sheets of newspaper around plants, then cover with soil or compost to keep it in place. The paper breaks down over time, adding organic matter to the soil. Newspaper is particularly useful for vegetable gardens, as it conserves water and keeps the ground cool. Avoid using glossy or colored sections, as they may contain chemicals. Bake bread in a coffee can. For a unique bread shape, try baking it in a coffee can. Grease a clean, empty can. Pour in your bread dough and bake as usual. The can creates a round loaf with a fun, cylindrical shape, perfect for slicing. This method is ideal for small kitchens or unique presentations, especially for sandwiches. Be sure to remove the label and any glue residue before baking. Baking in a coffee can save space and add character to homemade bread, giving it a rustic, distinctive look that's perfect for gifting or enjoying. Whiten nails with lemon juice. Lemon juice can naturally whiten and brighten nails. Squeeze the juice of half a lemon into a bowl and soak your fingertips for 5 to 10 minutes. The citric acid in lemon juice helps remove stains and discoloration, leaving nails looking fresh and clean. After soaking, gently scrub with a soft brush, then rinse and moisturize. This method is especially helpful for those with yellowed or dull nails from polish or daily wear. Hold nails with a clothespin when hammering. To avoid hitting your fingers while hammering nails, use a clothespin to hold the nail in place. Position the nail in the clothespin's grip, then hammer it into the surface as usual. The clothespin keeps your fingers safely away from the hammer, making it easier to guide the nail without worry. This simple trick is particularly helpful for small nails or delicate projects where precision matters. Boil pine needles for tea. Pine needle tea is a refreshing, vitamin-rich drink with a hint of pine flavor. Collect fresh, green pine needles, rinse them well, and boil them in water for 5 to 10 minutes. Strain the needles, pour into a mug, and enjoy a tea rich in vitamin C. This tea is traditionally enjoyed for its health benefits, including immune support and a boost of antioxidants. Be sure to use edible pine varieties like white pine and avoid trees treated with chemicals. Pine needle tea is a natural, soothing drink perfect for cold weather. Make a beggar's chicken. Beggar's chicken is a delicious, tender dish wrapped in clay or dough and baked. To make it, season a whole chicken, wrap it in lotus leaves or parchment, then encase it in a thick layer of dough. Bake slowly until the chicken is cooked and infused with flavors. When ready, crack open the dough to reveal succulent, juicy meat. This method locks in moisture and flavor, creating a unique cooking experience. Beggar's chicken is perfect for special occasions, offering a beautiful presentation and rich, aromatic flavors. Open jars with a rubber band for grip. A rubber band can give you extra grip for stubborn jar lids. Simply wrap a thick rubber band around the lid, then twist to open. The rubber provides traction, making it easier to loosen even tightly sealed jars. This trick is especially helpful for slippery or smooth lids that are hard to hold. For more contents like this, click here to subscribe.